limited government, lower taxes, and restoring accountability to government, and promoting the individual. We believe that people need to depend on themselves and let people prosper, let business prosper. We have a membership of almost 2 million people nationwide, and we're approaching the 70,000 mark right here in Virginia. So you all should be very glad to know that you are part of a much wider network of activists, and you all obviously care to be here this evening. You care about your government, you care about the direction the country is taking, and it speaks volumes that you care enough to be out here, and we thank you so much for being active. Because you know what? That's really the only way we're going to be able to take back our country. And if we don't take it back soon, it may be too late. So I want to thank you all very, very much. We might take some questions at the end, but we have a big thrill for you all tonight. It's a big thrill for me anyway. It's always a big thrill when we have our national president with us. We have Tim Phillips, who is our national president, and even though he lives here in Northern Virginia, we don't see him very often because he's always on a plane somewhere and flying elsewhere around the country, doing great things for AFP. So he's going to give you a great what?
Thank you.
Oh, well, that was good. Okay, I had more to say, but that's all right. Yay!
I got nervous when Trixie said I give her a thrill up the leg like Chris Matthews. I was starting to wonder, is this Matthews thing happening or what's going on here? My goodness. Thank you all for coming out. I'm Tim Phillips, a President of Americans for Prosperity, and 7 years ago when we started AFP, we had a vision really of one simple outcome. Creating a grassroots force across this country of Americans, men and women from all walks of life, who would simply stand up and fight for economic freedom and individual freedom when it comes to earning a living, paying their taxes, and dealing with this government that gets ever bigger and ever more intrusive. And that's the vision we had 7 years ago. We launched it with the goal of changing the direction of our nation. And when we launched it, and this is an important point, when we launched Americans for Prosperity, Republicans, the Bush administration, and other Republicans controlled the House and Senate, and they were spending too much money. They simply were, and growing government. And so we felt it's important to hold Republicans accountable, who often are more friendly to us, obviously, and almost always more friendly on tax and spending issues. And then to also be able to be a counterweight to the public employee unions and the genuinely radical leftists in the Democrat Party as well.